One thing I really don't understand about this villa is the emphasis on how intense eye contact is. I know sometimes it is a really big deal when somebody's like staring down the barrel of your eyes, but I'm just like, is eye contact not a basic skill of active listening? Like, they're really making Leah seem like this temptress just because she looks at them. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Anyways, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie. For those who don't know me, reviewing Love Island Season 10, Episode 15. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. Listen, Judas and Molly might actually get back in my good books because the way Judas was the voice of reason almost throughout the entire episode, I'm like, wait a minute now.
Bro, don't listen to people. Obviously, you're the last person to care about what people say anyway. For me to show compatibility, that doesn't mean I need to flirt with you all the time or...
On the outside, you wouldn't gravitate towards each other. Wording, I'm sorry, his wording isn't okay.
I didn't get him.
Opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one.
I was going to say that.
You know what I'm saying?
I was going to say that.
I really liked how both Judas and Molly clocked the wording of what Sammy was saying. Compatibility is not about physical attraction, but also, why are you harping on the fact that how could Catherine and Molly be attractive in the eyes of Meddy and Scott? That's the way that I would have perceived what he said, right? Then the internet did what the internet does, honey, and they exposed that there could be some either conscious or unconscious bias when it comes to, what's his name now? Sammy. Now, those of you who think that some of us Black creators on the YouTube always make it about race, this is where you log off because it's about to be about race, okay? So Sammy's brother posted on Facebook rhetoric that's very xenophobic, okay? And so essentially there's pictures of, I'm trying to make sure I get it right. There's a picture coming to England is like being reborn. And then another one says British ex-servicemen should be housed before asylum seekers. Another thing he posted was the Netherlands banned the burqa on grounds of national security. Share if you think Britain should follow. Another one was people seeking asylum on a boat coming and saying, we demand to live safely. A little girl flicking a finger off. So do we. Now F off. He has since deleted all of these for good reason. And at first when people were saying, oh, then Sammy's racist, I'm like, I don't know if we can make that direct correlation, but it definitely is not a good look. Like it's very damning for him to have the perspective and also use the word that he did regarding Catherine and Whitney, and also then his brother and actually family, but I don't have pictures of those, saying things that seem to be xenophobic. Then I was like, let me look up the difference between xenophobia and racism because maybe they aren't the same thing. And essentially, xenophobia is the fear and hatred of strangers or foreigners, whereas racism has a broader meaning, including a belief that racial differences produce the inherent superiority of a particular race. Although they are similar, they are different enough that it is possible to be both xenophobic and racist. I ain't calling nobody racist. It is just a little coinkydink. The words used to a specific demographic of women in the house and the perspective of a specific person related to that specific person who was saying those specific things about the people in the house on the outside of the house, and they're related. That's all I'm saying. The rest of the villa weighs in on the situation, and most of them actually agree that the wording was wrong.
There's just them relationships and there's just drama all the time and they just kiss and make up like it's nothing. Oh, you guys are in agreement. Oh shit, honestly, I'm the odd one out.
Of course, Ella's the odd man out. She thinks that arguing is not a big deal because her and Ty argue every 3 hours. Like, duh. There's obviously a misunderstanding between compatibility and attraction. There's a lot of people that I'm attracted to. Definitely not compatible with. There's a lot of people I'm compatible with. Definitely not attracted to. It's also funny too because a lot of people in Love Island like to use "you're my type" on paper. And I would like to know what is actually on that paper, because when you run it down, it really is just attractive characteristics, not necessarily core values or personality traits. So yeah, there's a misunderstanding of terms altogether. Another thing I liked, guys, we're going to sit on this topic for a hot minute, was the fact that Scott was speaking up because he was not having it.
Boys dream, do you know what I mean? I've never said, oh, Leah's stunning, Catherine's not. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
No, you've always said good things
And
about
I'll back you on that.
We don't have that physical touch whilst I'm holding her hand. And it's just a load of shit. I don't get where he's coming from with it.
I know that's right. I know that's right. Okay? We all know he is attracted to Leah. And as of right now, this episode confused me, but as of right now, he is more attracted to Leah. But that does not mean there is not a physical attraction towards Catherine. And it's rich for Sammy to even have that perspective of like, if you're not attracted to somebody, then clearly you're not compatible. Were you not the one screaming from the hilltops talking about, I'm her type. She's not even my type. I'm the one trying to make it work. And she's now ruining it and did it. Oh, okay. Let's talk about the dates. I felt like I wasn't really getting much energy from any of them, but the first round of dates was with Sammy and, what's her name now? Leah. I felt like Sammy was flirting, which is what Sammy does. With Leah, I wasn't getting much of anything, but you know, these guys love when she looks them in the eye. I have always said there's something in a name and something in a face. It's no coincidence that, Mitch has the name Mitch. It's no coincidence that Ty looks like Destiny's Childish. And now we have this girl Mal. She looks like the host of Love Island USA.
So I am 25. I'm from Scotland. I'm from Edinburgh, but I live in London.
And the mannerisms and they are the same person. It is the freakiest thing. Anyways, let's talk about the second group of dates. It was Jess and Mitch. Jess, I don't know. I feel like Jess knows how to have a conversation, even if she's into you or not. Like, she's able to hold her own in a conversation. Mitch, all that's left is for him to know her blood type, honestly.
I'm looking for someone to settle down with, have 2 dogs.
I like a retriever.
We'll get 2 retrievers then, if that's what you want.
Okay.
Yeah? Your teeth are really nice, by the way.
Thanks.
I keep looking at them, they're great.
Wow.
Do you brush them often?
This man asked if she brushes her teeth often. Bye. If I didn't dislike Sammy so much, I would have wanted you to be out next, but we need to stick to the mission and get Sammy out. Scott and Catherine touch base after the voting situation, all that jazz, and they're looking mighty cozy.
I'm happy.
Are you
We
happy?
can avoid all that drama out there. Obviously, like, I'll still have conversations with Leah, but yeah, I'm definitely getting happier every day with how we are.
I feel like that's
and
all.
the hurdles that.
Yeah.
We look good together. We have banter. Like, we're already cuddling in bed. All these things.
I said it yesterday and I'll say it again today. I think we're missing something. And that's how they've been editing Catherine this whole season. Like, there's parts of Catherine, parts of her story that keep getting cut out. So the context of what's going on with her just doesn't make any sense at all. So now I'm like, when did she become above Leah? Because I thought he just said, and I don't know. The only thing that I can rationalize is that in the previous episode, was it the previous episode or 2? It was 2 episodes ago. He had asked to see more of Catherine. So it's not like he was saying, I like Leah more because there's just more about her that I get along with. It was just like, I know her more. She talks to me more. She flirts more. And you don't really do that. And Catherine did say she's going to add pressure. So I guess this is her adding pressure. But listen, I've been lost before and I will still be sailing on that ship. Okay. Or should I say submarine, guys? Have y'all seen the submarine drama? That's some crazy mess. After the date, Jess is getting emotional because she feels like her friends in the villa are being fake.
No, I'm fine. I just feel like so many people have been so fake to me in here.
Oh my gosh, no, not the fake.
There's no denying that you and Sammy get along, but it's clash. Like, I just didn't know these clash.
I feel like it was a cop-out for a lot of people.
It wasn't a cop-out. A cop-out would have been Cat for me.
I think I've got a lot more in common with Sammy than what Mehdi has with Whitney and what Scott has with Catherine.
You see how quickly she done chucked these girls away? Jessica, girl, she's been getting on my nerves, but I've been letting it slide because at the core, I really do like her. And it's not just because she's connected to other people that I like. There's something about her that I do, warm to. But the way that she was so quick to say, oh, my friends are fake, whatever. I'm just like, yeah, that's concerning. Also, it would be so funny if she and Sammy still happen to be in this villa at movie night, which there has to be this is the season for movie night. There has to be a movie night episode. And she sees the things that Sammy has been saying in her absence. Because they have been so pompous. And so somebody in the Discord used the word, now I forgot it. What was it? Oh, it starts with a P. I think I wrote it down somewhere. Patronizing. He's so patronizing. And like, to me, that's not a person who I would want to be with. I would think that's not a person who Jess would want to be with either. And she realizes that later on. But I'm like, for you to chuck the girls away so quickly instead of actually dissecting what you got going on and to see, well, are we compatible? Because we do fight a lot, and it's like we cannot listen to each other. And they make it seem like they had one argument. Y'all have had the same argument for 3 nights in a row, and it doesn't resolve. That's a problem. In the morning debrief, it's clear that Sammy and Jess are still not happy with how the result happened, and everybody else isn't happy either. They said, well, we don't like what you said, and they're like, well, I don't like what you said.
If you don't rate me and Jess, don't big us up.
I feel like the fact multiple people come up with it, sometimes an outside perspective's good.
He's pissed off with everyone, really.
I don't feel like he has any right to be, because I'll stand by what I said, and what he said was incorrect.
Again, compatibility does not equate attraction. Those 2 words are not interchangeable. To me, what I would use as a marker of good compatibility is a couple who can openly communicate, can resolve issues, can listen to each other, can have deductive reasoning before just attacking. And if we're being honest, the couples who have exuded those traits have been Witty and Scott and Catherine. Mehdi let Sammy know that he was not a fan of the words that he said against his couple.
Like, I felt like you had a go at me and I didn't get it.
I just don't respect people telling me one thing and then saying another.
I'm not saying you guys are not compatible. I'm just saying based on like the communication skills, that's how we made the decision.
As the episode goes on, I'm like, you know what? Maybe Sam and Jess are compatible, because the way that they perceive the things that happen, it's like everything is an external factor. Nothing can be my fault. I'm always the victim, A, B, C, and D. And so here you have a situation where people weren't saying you guys are not compatible at all. You guys should not be together. They didn't even know the twist was going to happen. You know what I mean? People are saying, of the couples here, if we're looking at the semantics, do I believe some of it was friendship? Of course. Literally, of course. But some of it could not have been friendship if people are voting their own friends in. He perceives anything that is an ass licking as an attack. And Jess does the same thing. And so it's like, what are you supposed to do at that point? This person is not open to criticism. If you are criticizing, this person is not open to hearing your perspective. They always think it's going to be an attack. Like, at that point, I'm not going to reason with you, because what's the point? Montel is talking to Catherine. And I don't know about you guys. She's not doing her typical, like, so I'm like, does she like him? I don't think so.
So you're looking for me?
I've been searching for you. Look at you, man. Of course. How can I help? How can I not that? Literally. Oh, wow. She's got masters as well.
Yeah.
I'm talking to a real boss right now.
It could be the fact that there is tension in the house right now, because as the conversation went on, she was laughing a little bit more. And in the evening, she did ease up even more. So I'm like, okay, maybe it was the fact that things were off in the day. Do I ship it? I can't say that I do. I can't say that I do. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like he's giving that boyish charm like Andre was giving, which is what I said in the previous episode. And I don't know if that's what she's into. Like, that's what she's into aesthetically when it comes to Montel. But personality-wise, do they match? I don't know. Scott, this episode was really like... He was giving Sammy a lesson on words meaning things, and that Sammy does not know the meanings to these words.
I think it just depends on how you define the word compatibility, because you could be looking at that like with the arguments. Catherine was the first girl that I pulled when I came into the villa.
It doesn't really mean
It was just she was the one that I wanted to go and speak to straight away.
At the end of the day, if I'm wrong, I'll hold my hands up. I stand by it, to be honest. They're not all over each other. At the end of the day, we don't have to accept each other's opinion.
Listen, this is the same man who, when Judas said, "You lack accountability," his response was, "What is that?" Big 22 did not know the meaning of the word accountability. So I'm not surprised he does not know the word of compatibility. It's all in the same family. Like, he don't know. I'm not surprised he doesn't understand that the words he uses don't mean what he's trying to don't mean the same thing as the message he's trying to portray. So I'm off it. He's so annoying. I just want to wrap this up. What else happened? Catherine and Whitney. Catherine and Whitney had a conversation with him, and I love Whitney. I'm going to show you the clips, and then I'm going to talk about why I love Whitney.
You basically saying that physical attraction comment really
No,
did upset me.
I meant physical
Yeah,
as
but
in
you
as
also
in touch,
said
as in
that.
yeah,
You
no,
also
but that's
said that, and I feel
that's
like
what I was getting at.
I
You
have
and Scott touching
feelings.
each other
You
very
putting that
much.
out there
That's
is
all I
mad.
think.
Like, you're still not even saying, oh, you know, I'm sorry for making that comment. Like, you're not saying you don't care. Like, you don't care, Sammy.
If it come across the wrong way, then I do apologise. But what I
What
meant,
are you sorry for?
for it coming across the wrong way. What I meant is what I said.
One thing Whitney's going to do, she's going to ask that you understand what it is that you are apologizing for, because don't say sorry for sorry's sake. Say sorry because you actually mean it, because you are remorseful. And his response, I don't think he fully understood what he was sorry for. And I'm pretty sure somebody did speak to him before he came and apologized to Catherine, which he did later on. But I'm just like, yeah, step on these necks, Whitney. Step on these necks. Hold people accountable. Her and, in a surprise turn of events, Judas really holding this villa accountable is what I'm living for. And we have noted, damn, it's been 18 minutes. Oh, you guys like the longer videos anyways. And we know that Catherine herself is not confrontational. She doesn't even put herself out there romantically, let alone in the midst of a conflict, right? So to have Whitney there who was advocating for her, oh, I loved it. Ella is now talking to Montel, and she feels like, oh, guys, this video is going to be so long. And she feels like, no, not she feels. Montel feels like in the real world, women just gravitate towards him and he doesn't really have to do much. But being on Love Island, you actually have to put yourself out there.
Normally, I kind of just be myself. And then obviously people warm towards me, and then after that, they don't really want to.
Yeah, you're not
leave.
into forcing things. You're scared to piss off Ty.
No, I'm not scared to piss him
You don't
off.
want to ruin a good thing.
I'm not.
You don't want to be a homewrecker.
Do you know what it is, yeah? If you're not going to take it in, like, I'm not going to waste my time kind of thing.
But because she's been attached to Ty's hip, she's actually going to have to make her interest known. Okay. And I think she wants Montel to show a bit of initiative, but how can he if he doesn't know where you stand, you know? And he's not trying to infiltrate that if there isn't an actual chance for him. So Ella, you might have to use your words, baby, and say, hey, I'm interested. And you have the green light. Jess has finally come to her senses and realizes that Sammy he just lacks empathy sometimes.
Okay, he made her cry this morning.
Did he?
But he didn't even
apologise or
no,
anything.
and I just think that's such a turn off. That's such a red flag.
Like I said earlier, it annoys me how Jess and Sammy have that first instinct to think that anything coming at them is an attack rather than listening and reasoning, using deductive reasoning to understand what's happening, right? Not everything is external factors. Sometimes it's you. Sometimes you are the villain in people's story. It's a real thing. It happens. We're not perfect. You know? So now she's realizing, oh my gosh, even the way that Catherine reacted and he had no empathy towards her, maybe he's the problem. And when I'm down, you're the first to come to me and not Sammy. Oh, shock. Shock. You're the last to figure it out, honey. Ugh. In the evening, it looks like she still wants to pursue things with him. And I'm like, honestly, at that point, like, y'all could just get together. Oh, shoot, they can't even get together. I was going to say y'all can get together and be voted off together. Damn it. We're going to speed through some things, guys, because I've been here for a long time and I definitely have plans. In the evening, Munch is making it very clear that he's into Jess romantically and he thinks that his family would really like her. He thinks that they have potential on the outside. I'm indifferent. I don't really know. Just because of how their story went, I don't know if I can buy into it. There was potential there in the first few days for sure, but I don't know. Well, I don't know. We'll see. Something else I'm indifferent about is Judas pursuing, what's her name now? Love Island host girl, Mal. He essentially saying, even on the outside, if I'm with somebody, that doesn't keep me from talking to other people. which is a great segue to the next episode where he's about to say that he's cheated multiple times. Like, this man is a menace. I can't. And as long as he's not messing with my girl, actually, no, he shouldn't mess with Molly either. Let me not say that. Yeah, he's a menace. I thought Molly was gonna break him. Molly, girl, where you at? Where you at, Molly? Damn. Then we have Catherine, who's feeling better, and she's now talking to this man. Yep, I already talked about that earlier. Scott and Catherine. Sorry. Scott and Leah. Yeah. Scott and Leah are feeling a way about them both having an interest in each other, but not reciprocating that energy in the last, like, 24 hours.
No, it's just obviously we never spoke yesterday.
You just, like, haven't chatted to me at all. And then I see you sat there holding hands with Catherine.
I've said to you, like, the advantage that Catherine has is being in a couple with me. In a tense situation like that, holding hands with her, I have a connection with her the same way I have a connection with you. She felt like I'd just ignored her and stuff like that. So I just wanted to, like, clarify that, okay, I may be leaning towards Catherine.
Listen, from Leah's side, she's a woman scorned. So if you are interested in her, you're really going to have to show her that you're interested and not let that connection sit on ice. So yeah, I can see why she's kind of feeling away. And then with Scott, I think he's genuinely conflicted. And the thing about him is if he's gravitating towards one person, he's going to invest that time, but then he's going to realize there's a lack over there. So then he's like, okay, let me go over there. Like, he doesn't know how to split his time evenly. And so that's what made him go back and forth, because then he goes on to say, essentially, Catherine is his top right now. And he even takes her up to the terrace.
We're in here for true connections. I'm not gonna, you know, if you do find someone that's better than me, then I would be like, yeah, go ahead.
I feel like that's enough progress.
I'm weary about getting excited, not because I don't believe he likes her, but because he's genuinely split. I would have liked to wait. I would have liked for him to wait until he had a solid decision on who he wants to pursue, and that the other person is then a non-factor, you know? But if both women are still in the running, if you're kissing one and you're giving hope to the other, like, it's not a good look. Yeah, I'm saving my excitement. I want to be excited for my girl, but I'm just not there yet. I'm not there yet. I want Scott to make a decision. And honestly, I don't even care which decision he makes. If it's Leah, though, that's going to be one hell of a boring ass couple. I'll tell you that for free. Anyways, this has been a long one. I hope you guys enjoy it. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one.